Hello, everybody. My name is Joe Lynch. It's Anzac Day 2020 in Australia and New Zealand. A very different one this year due to the coronavirus. We can't go out and mix with people and commemorate our heroes. So we have to do the best we can. I had a few phone calls over the last couple of days asking me if I'd recite for you a poem that I wrote 12 or 13 years ago for my son when he flew into Iraq with his Australian Army mates. And so I'm happy to do it, although I'm a bit croaky, so you'll forgive me. Joey had just flown into Iraq, and a couple of days later I got up in the morning and I flicked on the telly, and there was a wonderful singer, Damien Leith, singing the song, the old traditional song, Danny Boy, playing his guitar and singing. And it was like as if I was hearing it for the first time. I'd heard it thousands of times. I'd sang it myself hundreds of times. But it was like all of a sudden I understood it, not only in my head, but in here. And I picked up my pen and paper and I wrote this poem. Here we go. Happy Christmas, Joey, somewhere over in Iraq. I hope you're safe and warm, and I hope you're eating well. Our Christmas tree looks like the Pope. If you were here, you'd see the joke. It's sort of, Jesus, son, I'm missing you like hell. So now and then, I sing you, Danny Boy. Oh, Danny Boy, the pipes are calling from glen to glen and down the mountain side. The summer's gone and all the leaves are falling. 'Tis you must go and I must bide. And I taught you what I could. I hope it's doing you good. How to strive, win and lose, laugh and cry. And I taught you how to drink at the Woodford Guinness tent. We sang side by side the fields of Athenry. But right now, I'd sooner have a cup of tea and sing you Danny Boy. And I think about that time we spent in France. You just had to see the beaches and the Somme, and where your heroes fell in the mud and blood and hell. You were just 16 then, and I said, Joey, 'twas all wrong, boy. 'Twas wrong. And we walked amongst the graves at Villiers, Bretonneau, and we read the names and ages and the places they were from, like Mackay, Coffs Harbour, the Alice, Darwin, Broome, Wollongong. And we read the many comments in the big black book kept under the shelter over by the gatehouse, written by thousands of well-meaning idealists and pacifists just like your dad. Sentiments like senseless, waste of life, abhorrence, and oh yeah, all for what? For what? You cringed for what? I'll tell you for what. Blind ingratitude, that's for what. You said it ought to be called the big black insult book, insulting the most precious gift of all, freely given by the most generous people that ever walked. Then you looked me square in the eye with a maturity that I hadn't seen before in all your 16 years. And you said, Dad, our freedom wasn't free. 'Twas bought. Bought with a rich red currency, and it's ploughed into these fields here below our feet. And then you looked down at the headstone. It stood there silent between you and me, and you spoke to it with a kind of reverence. If it wasn't for the likes of you, Reggie Maligan, Tamworth, New South Wales, aged 18 years, we'd be writing what we're told to write. We'd be thinking the way we're told to think. That's if we weren't all given a one-way ticket to somewhere like Auschwitz. So thank you, Reggie Maligan. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. You straightened yourself up again, and you looked me square again with that look again. And then your eyes softened. You said, "It's all right, Dad, to write that shite, but someone ought to thank Reggie, for the privilege." And I knew then they were calling you. They were calling out to you, weren't they, boy? And I knew one day you'd sail. Oh, I knew one day you'd sail. But come ye back when summer's in the meadow, or when the valley's hushed and white with snow. 'Tis I'll be here in sunshine or in shadow. Oh, Danny bye, oh, Danny bye, I love you so. Oh, Danny bye, oh, Danny bye, happy Christmas, Joey, somewhere over in Iraq, and I love you so.